Hi friends, I'm Lauren. Welcome to Gentle Yoga at the YMCA. We're going to listen to our bodies today and make it right for ourselves. If you have a mat, you're welcome to put it out. It could be a yoga mat, it could be a bigger mat, or you can just find a spot on the floor where you're comfortable. Feel free to wiggle or adjust now and do what's right for you. The Y would like us to know that starting at the end of the month, our virtual classes will be offered to members only. And you'll use your email address that's on file with the Y to log in. If you have any questions, you can reach out to the Member Engagement Center. It's mec@ymca.gbw.org. And now we'll practice our gentle yoga together. So you're in a comfortable seated position. You might allow your eyes to be closed or softly gazing. And we'll begin to circle our torsos around. There's no right or wrong size or speed. Settle into your own rhythm here. Know that it's okay if you feel some tight spots or aches and pains. We'll take another circle or two like this, and then we'll go the other way. And it's all right if we feel relaxed and open. Our movement here is gentle. This is a time to connect to our bodies, to celebrate them, and it's a time to give ourselves what we need. We'll take another circle or two like this. And the next time we find ourselves forward, we'll hang down. We'll let our background and our head be heavy. We'll let our hands rest on the mat or floor in front of us. We'll stay folded over and walk our hands out, letting our arms be long. Maybe that deepens the pose a little for us. We'll welcome in where we feel length. We'll stay folded over and walk our hands to one side. It doesn't matter what way you go first. We'll stay folded over and walk our hands through center, then over to the other side. We'll walk our hands back to center. We'll carefully walk them in so that we're sitting up tall here. Remember, we've found a comfortable position for ourselves. Our eyes can be closed or softly gazing. Our back is tall, and we'll take a gentle twist. It doesn't matter what way you go first. Bring the opposite hand to the knee or the hip. Turn as though you are looking behind you. Then we'll come through center and send our twist the other way. We'll come back to center. We'll tuck our chin towards our chest, letting the back of the neck be long. We'll move our head a little here, making a gentle circle or maybe a half circle. Feel what's right for your neck today. If you're circling the head around, go the other way. Take another movement or two with the head, and then let it come to stillness, chin tucked towards the chest. Slowly lift the head up. Here we might turn our gaze towards the ceiling. Even if our eyes are closed, they can lift up. If we like, we might gently tilt our head back, letting our chin lift. We're careful here not to come to the point of pain. Then we'll bring our head back to center. We'll open our eyes or blink out of our softened gaze, and we'll move into tabletop, our hands and knees. There's no right or wrong way to get there. I'm going to turn to dead in my, is it okay? Cool. All right, we're in tabletop, our hands and knees. Our back is flat. If those wrists are sensitive, we can get on our forearms here. And we'll take a moment to quiet the mind, allow the head to hang down again. And in your mind's eye, let yourself see water, whether it falls like raindrops, whether it sits in a glass, or whether it's a big lake or sea here. And we'll round our back, pulling the belly in and pressing the back towards the ceiling, letting that image of water You know what it is? I think the battery is dying, so when I flip the switch, it works. Cat and cow a little bit. Place it. Is it? Good. Thank you so much, Dave. All right. We've been moving in cat and cow. In our mind's eye, we see that beautiful water. And we can make the movement a little bigger here. The next time we round like cat, we're going to let ourselves rock back, bringing our bottom towards our heels, dropping down into child's pose. So our head hangs heavy, our arms long. Then we'll begin to lift back up like we're finding tabletop in that cat cat pose, our back rounded. We'll let ourselves arch and cow. We'll lift our head, and maybe we'll sway our hips forward and down a little. Feel what's right for you. Again, we'll begin to round, moving back through tabletop into cat pose, dropping our bottom to our heels. Lifting up, finding that tabletop and cat, dropping down into cow, and then letting our hips sway down if we like. Let's discover our own rhythm and range of motion. Letting this movement ebb and flow. Listening to our bodies, doing what feels right to us. Remembering that if the wrists are sensitive, we can work on our forearms here instead. Feel what's best for you. At our own pace, we'll take another movement or two, and eventually we'll settle in child's pose, letting our back round, letting our head hang heavy, our bottom towards our heels, our arms long in front of us. From our child's pose, we'll deepen the stretch for our feet a little. We'll find that by tucking our toes under, we're lifting the hips and then sinking back down. If we find this too intense, we'll just untuck our toes. We're not pushing to the point of pain. We'll release, letting the toes untuck, sitting back. And here we'll thread the needle, stretching out along the neck and shoulders. It doesn't matter what arm moves first, but we'll take one arm and slide it under the other, letting that palm face upward, dropping the side of the head to the mat. You can hold your stretch. If you're not sure of it, I'm going to switch sides now so that you can see it the other way. Let yourself switch sides. Welcome in that length along the shoulder and upper back. Then carefully slide the arm out, returning to child's pose, and we'll move to downward facing dog. So our toes tuck under, and we'll press our hips and tailbone back and up. We're making our bodies like an upside down V. If it feels too intense, we can always come to tabletop instead, and we'll create some length along the back of our legs. We can walk our dog here, bend one knee, press the opposite heel down, and then switch. Letting the movement be gentle. In our mind's eye, seeing that water. Letting that water renew and restore us. If we're working in our tabletop, our hands and knees, we can pick up one knee, press through the heel, put it all the way down, and then do the other side. And at our own pace, we'll take another movement or two, and we'll come to stillness. And we'll begin to carefully move our feet up towards our hands. Our knees can bend as we find our standing forward fold, and our hands might drift away from the mat or floor. We'll let our back round and our head hang down. If you like, you can gently sway a little side to side. Then we'll come to stillness. We'll tuck our chin towards our chest, pull our belly in, and slowly roll ourselves up, allowing our head to come up last. There's no hurry here. When our head is raised, we'll roll our shoulders up, back, and down. One more shoulder roll, then we'll leave them down. We're standing nice and tall. We'll drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Bring the head through center, left ear, left shoulder. Bringing the head back to center, we'll step our feet just a little wider than hip distance apart. We'll roll our shoulders forward here. And we'll leave them down, and we'll let ourselves tilt over to the right. And then we'll go to the other side. Coming back to center. We'll work our balance a little here. It can be helpful to save the dominant leg for last. So if you're right-handed, maybe you stand on your left foot first. We're going to shift our weight to our standing leg. We're going to feel a little bend or softness in that knee. And we'll take our other foot and step forward, our toes coming down. From our hip, we'll turn out just a little here. Keeping our belly in nice and tight, we'll lower and lift our heel. We might stay with it right here. This might be enough balance work for today. If we're looking for a little more, we're going to hold that heel up. Keeping our belly nice and tight, we'll try out lifting this leg. It's okay if the toes come back down. Feel what's right for you. If you've found your balance here, let's tap our toes and lift. Setting our own rhythm. Keeping our belly in tight. Feeling strength along that standing leg. We'll do 2 more. Then we'll let this foot come down. We're going to switch sides, so feel your weight shift to that leg. Let the other foot step forward. Our toes are down, and we find that little turn out, a movement from our hip. Our belly nice and tight. We'll begin by lowering and lifting our heel. We might stay with it, or we might take up the intensity a bit. If you like, lift up that heel, squeezing the belly tight, we'll lift the leg. And then we'll let our toes tap down and come up. Knowing that it's okay to wiggle or restart. We'll do 2 more. Then we'll release down our feet side by side. We'll drop our right ear to the right shoulder. Head through center, left ear, left shoulder. Bring the head back to center. We'll take a deeper twist. Step the feet wider than hip distance apart. Let those toes turn out again. We're going to deepen the bend in our knees and press our hips and tailbone back, thinking about a flat back here as we take our hands to our thighs. Our thumbs turn out, our fingers point in. Let's peel up our left heel. Put it down and peel up the right. Put it down again, left and right. And now let's try both. Beautiful. Bring those heels down and we'll gently twist. Drop the right shoulder to the center. Look over the left and switch. Back to center. We're going to round our back and roll up, letting those legs straighten as we come up tall. We'll carefully step our feet together. We'll take a seat on our mat, our legs out long in front of us. Come down carefully here. And don't be afraid to wiggle or adjust. Let your bottom connect. Let your back be tall. We'll point and flex our feet. We'll hold our feet flexed, and with our breath, we'll fold forward. Inhale, raise the hands and arms up. Exhale and fold. Allow the back to round and the head to hang down. Let yourself breathe and relax here. Then let the feet relax, tuck the chin to the chest, pull the belly in, and slowly roll yourself up. We'll sweep our hands and arms behind our back, letting the palms come down. If our wrists are sensitive, maybe we're making a fist with our hand instead. We'll point our toes and press our heart space forward. We might look up or lift the chin. Then we'll bring our head or gaze back to center. We'll sit forward, letting our feet relax. We'll hug in our right leg, knee bent and thigh to chest. We'll open the hip space a little, letting the knee fall out to the side. The sole of the foot comes along the inside of the left leg. We'll twist here. Take the left hand to the right knee. Turn as though you were looking behind you. Come back to center. Flex that left foot, and with our breath, we'll fold over the left leg. Inhale, raise the hands and arms up. Exhale, and fold. Let the foot relax, tuck the chin to the chest, pull the belly in, carefully roll up. Sweep the hands and arms behind you. Let the palms come down. Make a fist with the hand if you need. Press the heart space forward. You can point your left toes here. We'll ease off, sitting forward, our left foot relaxed. One more stretch for this right side. Place the left hand down. Take your right arm up and over. Welcome in some length. Then make your way back to center. We'll switch our legs here, sending the right out, bringing in the left. Allow the knee to fall to the side. Feel what's comfortable for you, remembering you can adjust your foot if you need to. Our back is up tall, and we'll twist our right hand to the left leg, turn to look behind you. Coming back to center, let that right foot flex, and we'll move with our breath. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale and fold. Let the foot relax, tuck the chin to the chest, carefully roll up. Allow the arms to sweep behind you, press the heart space forward. Let that right foot point. Maybe we're looking up or lifting our chin a little. Then we'll ease off. Our foot relaxes. We'll carefully sit forward. We'll put our right hand down and take our left arm up and over. We'll come back to center. We'll send our left leg out. Join the right. We'll let our feet rock a little side to side. Then we'll let the feet come to stillness and we'll make our way onto our backs. We'll lower slowly here, engaging those belly muscles. I'm going to turn to the side. Just find a place where you have plenty of room behind you to lay back. Our legs are out long. Our hands and arms will join them out at shoulder height. We'll sit up tall, and then we'll round our back, pulling the belly in, tucking the chin to the chest. We'll squeeze our belly and bottom tight as we slowly roll back and down. Setting our own pace here. If it becomes too intense, we can bend our knees and hold on to our legs. We're giving ourselves the support we need. When we lay down flat, we'll let our arms rest at our sides, and we can wiggle or adjust so that we're comfortable. And it's okay if it takes a moment or two to settle in here. When you're ready, gently turn the head a little side to side. Then we'll come to stillness, our face towards the ceiling. We'll take our hands and arms and reach them up over our head. And we'll welcome in length here, long from our fingertips to our toes. As we reach, we might feel our back lift a little from the mat, and that's okay. We'll take a big breath in, and with our breath out, we'll hug the knees in towards the chest, finding cannonball, and we'll let ourselves gently rock side to side. Letting the low back press down on the mat or the floor and allowing it to relax. Then we'll come to stillness, and we'll carefully connect the soles of the feet to the mat. The knees point towards the ceiling. We'll open our arms into a T here, letting our palms rest on the mat or the floor. And we'll take a twist. It doesn't matter what way you go first. Let your legs fall to one side, turn your head to the other. We'll think about our upper back pressing down onto the mat. And we'll go the other way. We'll come back to center, bringing our hands and arms in at our sides, our palms resting on the mat or the floor. We'll take a small movement to lengthen. We'll walk our fingers towards our heels, creating some space along the neck and shoulders. Then we'll lengthen along the back as well by tucking our hips under, another small movement here. We'll squeeze our bottom tight. We'll hold here, or if we like, we'll lift into bridge pose, driving our hips upward, taking our bottom and back up from the mat. If we've come into bridge and it feels too intense, we can always lower back down. We'll take another breath, and then we'll carefully lower. We'll feel our back connect to the mat. And we'll open our hip space and stretch the back of the thigh a little here. It doesn't matter what leg moves first, but we'll extend one leg up, toes towards the ceiling. If the leg needs support, we can hold on to it. If the back of the thigh feels really tight, we can have a bend in our knee. We'll circle our ankle. And we'll circle the other way. Then we'll let our foot come to stillness, and we'll use our hands to guide the leg towards us, reaching for the back of the leg and bringing it in, trying to keep our knee as straight as we can while we find some length. If you like, you can raise the head, neck, and shoulders, drawing the nose towards the knee. Then we'll lower the head down if it was raised. We'll ease off of our stretch, our toes towards the ceiling. We're going to take this ankle and carefully cross it on the opposite knee. And we're going to use our hand to gently press the thigh away from us, not coming to the point of pain. We'll ease off and we'll allow this foot to come back down. And we'll extend our other leg up, toes towards the ceiling. Remembering our hands can support it, or we can have a bend in our knee. And knowing that it's okay if this side feels and looks different than the other. We'll circle the ankle. We'll circle the other way. We'll let our foot come to stillness, and we'll use our hands to guide the leg towards us a little here. And maybe we're aware of the difference in the two sides. We can welcome in that awareness and let it be part of our practice. We'll ease off of our stretch here. We'll cross this ankle onto the opposite knee. We'll use our hand to gently press the thigh away from us. Then we'll ease off, bringing the sole of the foot down, the hands and arms resting at our sides. We'll again walk our fingers towards our heels, welcoming in a little space along the neck and shoulders. We'll tuck our hips under, feeling the low back press down. We might hold right here, or we might decide to engage our belly muscles a little, raising the head, neck, and shoulders up so that our arms hover above our mat or above the floor. Keeping our belly in nice and tight, we'll begin to tilt a little side to side, like we're reaching the fingers towards one heel, then come to center and over to the other side. And we'll set our own rhythm back and forth here. Keeping our low back pressed down, we're engaging those belly muscles. And we might begin to feel a little tightness along our neck and jawline, and that would be fine. But if it's creeping down to the shoulders, I would ease off. We'll take another tilt or two, and then we'll come to center, and we'll let ourselves lower down. We'll settle in here, knowing that we can wiggle or adjust as needed. And then we'll interlace our fingers, tucking our hands behind our head, and letting our elbows drop out wide. We'll gently rock our knees a little side to side. Then we'll let our legs come to stillness. Leaving our hands resting behind our head, we'll come up onto our tippy toes so our heels lift here. And we're going to pull one leg in towards us with the knee bent, bringing it towards our chest. Then bringing our toes down, we'll switch. And we'll switch again. Keeping our belly in nice and tight. Letting the movement be gentle from our hip, letting our belly muscles support our legs. We'll take another movement or two here. And then we'll let our heels return to the mat or the floor. With our hands behind our head, we'll open and recline butterfly. Allow the knees to drop out wide, the soles of the feet press together. If it feels too intense, move the legs away from you a little. Then we'll carefully draw our knees together. And we'll roll over onto our side here. It's okay if you need to scoot or adjust so that you find a position where you can easily see. We're using our bottom hand and arm for support, and we can keep it nice and low, really low, or we can come up a little higher. There's no right or wrong. We're going to focus on the legs a little here. We'll let our legs extend and we'll bring our feet forward a little so there's a small hinge at our hips. We're going to take our top leg and lift up, pointing our toes, not worried about how high we lift. We're going to flex our foot and slowly lower down. We'll point and lift. We'll flex and lower. We'll do 4 more. Coming into our last one. We'll let this leg come down and we're going to come over to the other side. Maybe you roll over or maybe you press up and over. Again, we're using that bottom hand for support, and if this side is different than the other, that's okay. Find what works along the neck and shoulders. Our legs go long and then come forward a little, feeling that hinge at our hip. We're going to move that top leg, point the toes, lift up, flex and lower, nice and slow here. We'll do 4 more. Coming into our last one. We'll press ourselves up, returning to a comfortable seated position, whatever that is for us today. We can wiggle or adjust to find what works. We can allow our eyes to close or to be softly gazing. We can welcome in this time to be connected to our body. We'll gently circle our torso around. Then we'll send our circles the other way. We'll take another circle or 2 around. And the next time we're sitting up tall, we'll stay there. Remembering that our eyes can be closed or softly gazing. Knowing that if staying seated doesn't feel great to us, we're welcome to lay down or find another comfortable position. We'll move into a little pranayama, some breath work, and then shavasana, some relaxation. So wherever we are, we'll notice our breathing. No right or wrong, just some awareness, how we're moving the air in and out, how it feels to breathe. And then we'll begin to slow it down. Feel a longer inhale and exhale. And again, there's no right or wrong, only our own slow rhythm. And if we like, we'll begin to move with our breath. With a slow inhale, we'll raise the hands and arms up, letting them reach over the head. With the breath out, we'll let the hands and arms float back down. If that movement feels right to us, we can repeat it. And as we settle in with our own slow breath rhythm, in our mind's eye, we'll see that image of water again. And we're setting it for ourselves, whether we imagine a tiny droplet sitting in a little glass, or whether we imagine a big sparkling sea. We'll let that image of water fill our awareness as we take another slow breath here. With our exhale, we'll let our arms come to stillness at our sides. We might continue to breathe slowly, or we might gently return to our regular breath rhythm. In our mind's eye, we see water as a source of renewal. The shape of the water, the movement it takes, that fills our awareness. And seeing the water, we'll share together in the universal sound of Om, releasing it with an exhale. Inhale, exhale, Om. We'll repeat it again. Inhale, exhale, Om. We'll repeat it once more here. Inhale, exhale, And then we'll allow ourselves a few moments to just be, knowing that if we need to move or adjust, we can. Knowing that all we have to do is breathe. And letting our mind's eye see that image of water as a source of renewal. We'll begin to slowly come out of our relaxation, wiggling our fingers and toes. Maybe opening our eyes or blinking out of our softened gaze. And then allowing our fingers and toes to come to stillness. We may take a moment to return to a seated position if we've moved from it. Letting that image of water fade from our awareness, but holding on to that renewal. We'll share it together in another breath. Inhale, raise the hands and arms, palms together in prayer. Exhale to heart center. Namaste.